Hello everyone, and welcome to this week's reviews. Dracula and Friends are back in the third installment in this monster-filled franchise, as Genndy Tartakovsky takes them on a cruise ship and sea voyage. This is Hotel Transylvania 3 Summer Vacation. I enjoyed the first two movies as funny and really well-animated comedies featuring familiar monsters. I think Hotel Transylvania 3 marks the best film in the series, with a more imaginative story and wonderful sight gags. Most importantly, I've really endeared to these monsters, and watching these three movies, it's neat to see how Dracula and Mavis have developed over the course of them. Genndy Tartakovsky takes full advantage of the concept, and finds all sorts of humorous things for the monsters to do. I even like how the movie will sometimes cut to what one of the other characters is doing, especially the werewolves in the hundreds of pubs. Tartakovsky fills the frame with so many great sight gags. This is a movie where Jonathan could just be doing something in the background and it would be hilarious. What also allows this entry to stand out is the addition of Captain Erika von Helsing. She's not written like your standard villain, as she's given a decent amount of dimension and a really interesting arc. Then there is the animation, which has always been one of the highlights of these movies. In the first film, Tartakovsky was experimenting with bringing his style to computer animation. In Hotel Transylvania 2, he pushed it a little bit more. And now with this one, he's been allowed to go all out, and the result is a gorgeous looking movie. There are moments when he lets us take in the atmosphere, and there's even an underwater sequence with minimal dialogue that mostly just uses the visuals and music to tell the story. Meanwhile, the character animation is amazing. I just love the snappiness of the animation, and that really elevates the slapstick comedy on display. Erika in particular looks like she's walked straight out of a Popeye cartoon. I had the biggest smile on my face throughout Hotel Transylvania 3. It's absolutely delightful, and I would not mind a fourth one. Next up, Dwayne Johnson takes on a burning building in Skyscraper. This movie can best be described as Die Hard meets the Towering Inferno, but unfortunately not nearly as spectacular or as entertaining. This is a movie where the moment it starts, you know exactly who the villains are, and what parts in the high-tech building will come into play later. There is not a single surprise anywhere. And meanwhile, Dwayne Johnson's protagonist is given little characterization beyond being Dwayne Johnson, and that's why we should root for him. As well done as the special effects are, the action scenes are rather routine, and I felt no suspense or tension at any point during the movie. It does not help that their entire scenes heavily borrowed from Die Hard, and all it did was remind me of a much better movie. Even the fire is disappointing, as the flames are more of a minor inconvenience for Johnson. Compare that to the Towering Inferno, where the fire had a mind of its own. Everything about Skyscraper also feels incredibly corporate. This is a script that wants to appeal to the largest possible audience, so you have Johnson describing everything he does, even as we are clearly seeing him doing that. This is also another case of a Hollywood blockbuster that is clearly intended to pander to Chinese audiences. I have nothing against appealing to a specific country's taste, and China is the second largest film market in the world. But this movie is so blatant about how much it wants to make money in China, the whole production just has a cynical feeling to it. I could get past some of those things if the movie was entertaining, because I can enjoy a stupid, brainless action movie. However, I was bored through a lot of Skyscraper, and all it did was make me want to watch Die Hard again. Thank you for watching this week's reviews, and I'll see you next time.